the installation on these is pretty simple. This right here is going to be your goal face. Your goal face is going to get 2 of the 1/2-inch bolts with the nylon nuts. You're going to thread the bolts through the back and put the nuts on the front side like this. You're going to take your U-bolts, wrap them around the posts themselves, slide them through, put the washer and the lock nut here on them. When you mount these in place, before you tighten these down, you want to come back roughly about 3/4 of an inch back. That way you can take you have room to run a zip tie and still secure your net at the corner. Good. As stated earlier, this is going to be the first step here, is to install these. Like I said, the reason why there's 2 sets of holes is if you take this bracket and you put it on the opposite side, you're going to use the other set of holes for that side. So you're only going to use 2 of the holes depending on what side you're going to mount it on. What you want to do is make sure this face is nice and square to your pole. Like I said, set back about 3/4 of an inch, and then all you're going to do is torque these evenly until you've got it in place. And I'm going to do that now. All right, guys, so I finally got this torqued down. Main thing you want to look for is make sure your threads here, the exposure of the threads is equal in all 4 of them. That means you've applied enough equal pressure to them all. Your final testing, what you're going to do is flip it over. You're going to apply pressure to those wheels and make sure this is not twisted out of the way. If it twists out of the way, that means you have not applied enough torque to these. Flip it back over and apply even more torque to these, and it'll help lock it in place. Next step, what you're going to do is you're going to install the arm assembly, which is very simple. This just slides on like this. This nut here, which is the nylon nut, is just going to go on. You want to make sure it penetrates that blue nylon bushing. That way it can't back off. Go. All right, guys, so now I've installed that nut on that assembly arm. It should not be too tight where you cannot move this arm, and it shouldn't be too loose where you have too much play. You should have a little bit of play in it. That's normal. And then you should be good to go on to assembling the wheel, which comes with this spacer right here. You're going to slide the spacer on first. You're going to take the wheel, which has the extended hub. You're going to slide that on just like that. You're going to take the washer, slide the washer on, and then assemble it with the nylon nut. All right, so now I've applied the nut to the wheel itself. This should be able to pivot and move a little bit, just like that. Like I said, these wheels in this kit is not designed for highway use, so it's not precisely engineered. So you're gonna have a little bit of slop, but that's normal. If you over tighten it, what's gonna happen is you're not going to be able to rotate this wheel at all, and you will prematurely wear out these bearings. So just basically just penetrate right through that blue nylon, and probably about an 1/8 inch of exposure to that center bolt is ideal.